Sunday Night Football. Brr, 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 brr. So, how'd we do, man?
Let's see. Did we did we record late enough to get Chiefs Jags last
No,
week?
we were talking about it, and you were like, "I know I said the Chiefs, but I hope the Jags won."
Well, they did.
Nice. So we both lost on that one.
They won 31 to 28 and good for them.
Taylor Swift is just ending her wedding. He's like, "Nope, I don't fucking marry losers."
Did you see the Jags game-winning touchdown?
No.
I'm surprised because it was ridiculous. Uh the Jags quarterback, his name's Trevor Lawrence. He takes a snap, falls down, gets back up, falls down again, gets back up, and then runs it into the end zone for the touchdown. Like
Wow.
you could have played some like Three Stooges music to it, and it would have
Yeah,
been perfect.
that's really funny.
All right, so Eagles Giants.
Yep. We both had Eagles. You said by 10, I said by 36 because I know the Giants suck hard.
Well, we were fools, Casey. The Giants won 34 to 17.
Wow. Fucking Eagles.
I know. Really big upset in my opinion.
Yeah. Broncos versus the Jets. Both said Broncos. You said by 10, I said by 18.
Broncos won 13 to 11.
Jake took it.
Yep.
Seahawks versus Jags. I said Seahawks 7. You said Jags by 3.
Seahawks won 20 to 12.
Chargers versus Dolphins. We both said Chargers. I said by 20, you said by 14.
Chargers won by two, 29-27.
Yeah, bullshit. Okay. Rams versus Ravens. We both said Rams because fuck Edgar Allan Poe. Uh, I think I said plus 7 and you said plus 10?
Um, Rams won 17 to 3, so they won by 14.
All right. So I'm just gonna say it's 13 that you said because I can't read my handwriting and it'll be more fun if you got it 100% right. So Colts versus the Cardinals, I think.
hmm
All right. I said Colts by 2 and you said Colts by 7.
Um, that
Or maybe
one
it's
go.
Colts by 12 is what I have.
Oh, okay. The Colts won 31 to 27, so by 4 points.
Yeah, so you took that one again too.
My in-laws were at that game today.
Oh, nice. Are football, have you ever been to a football game? Are those fun to go to? Because
I have not actually.
Okay, because like that's one of those ones where I'm like, I think it'd be hard to see anything because you're so far away from the actual action.
Uh, I don't know, man. It just depends. Like I think it's pretty fun if you're near the end zone. I realize that makes it tough if they're on the other side of the field, but it makes it really good for when they're on your side of the field.
Yeah,
But from what I've heard, if you're like even in I don't know, most places have like the bowl and then like the bigger bowl up top.
yeah.
I think if you're somewhere in the bowl, it's pretty good.
Okay, right on. Because I always hear I rare like when there's like the football people that are really big into it, you usually hear like, "Oh yeah, the tailgate is so much fun." It's like, well, what about watching the game? The tailgate. I made it's like okay,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it. I guess the experience is part of it too.
yeah. Cowboys versus Panthers. I said Cowboys by maybe 21, and you said Panthers by 10.
Panthers won 30 to
Nice.
27.
Should have known fucking Dak Prescott.
Dak Pres not is more
Ha
like it.
ha. Fucking never shows up. Dude, were the Panthers like really good in the 90s, by the way? Because I
Um,
remember J.C. Penney and Matt Toon. They had a Panthers coat. Didn't know what the fuck the Panthers were, but I was like, boy, this looks fucking cool.
I mean they've been good at various points over the years for
Yeah.
sure.
This would have been like
I don't know that they've I don't know that
late
they've ever
90s.
won. Have
This is a fun fact about me that I kind of remembered. When I was in first grade, huge into Cowboys. Like any types. Like I had fucking cowboy hat and Spurs. Fucking loved Cowboys. Also loved the Dallas Cowboys. Never watched a football game. Loved them. One year I got a cowboy outfit, a Dallas Cowboys outfit for my birthday. I call it an outfit because it's not a uniform if you're wearing it just because you like Cowboys.
so no, the Panthers have never won. They were there in 2016, lost to the Broncos, and they were there in 2004, lost to the Patriots. But I
This is the
think
year. This is the year, I guess.
this is not the year. But yeah, those are the only times. So
All right. So then, speaking of Patriots, we had Patriots versus Saints. So it's Drew Brees versus Tom Brady. I had Saints by 3. You had Patriots by 10.
Patriots won 25 to 19.
Fuck. You're killing me this year. Not year, week. The Browns versus the Steelers. I had Steelers by 7. You were like Steelers by 10.
Steelers won 23 to 9. I am killing you this
I
week.
know. The Titans versus the Raiders. We both had Titans winning. You said by 3, and I said by 16.
We were once again fools. Raiders won
Damn.
20 to 10.
49ers and Bucks. We both said Bucks. You said by 7. I said by 3.
Me again. Bucks win 30 to 19.
Okay. Bengals versus Packs. We both packed it in. Uh, you said by 12. I said by 6.
Packers won 27 to 18, so by 9.
So I'm taking that one because I need a win. And then Lions and Chiefs. We both said Lions. You said 12 and 8. You're like, I'm fucking 12s all around,
Well,
apparently.
it's going on right now.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, we will get Bills and Falcons, and then your Bears game will be tomorrow.
Yep. So we'll
Okay.
report back on that next episode.
Yeah, because I know everyone's got their papers out, keeping track at home too.
I hope they are. I hope at least one person is.
Yeah. Nick did say because I saw him not this weekend, but the I think it was the last one, maybe the one before that. But he's like, the TV was on and there's a football thing. He's like, now when I see football, I just think of the Two Worlds podcast. I'm like, ha, nice. We're
Exactly
not
what we want to be known for.
we're not a football family, so it makes sense.
All right. So for week 7, we've got Steelers and Bengals.
Steelers and who?
The Bengals.
Oh, Steelers take that by what, like 17? Did I
Right.
did I see right though? Didn't the Bengals just get somebody like kind of recently?
Yeah, Joe Flacco. 40-year-old Joe Flacco.
Fuck. Versus what? 38-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I see people online calling it the Unk Bowl.
Nice.
Okay, then we've got
Wait,
uh
who'd you take?
Steelers by 10. There's
Okay.
no way the Bengals win that.
Yeah.
Um, then we've got the Rams at the Jags.
Oof. Rams, our alma mater, are taking it by 6.
I'm gonna say Jags win by 3.
Oof. 3,000 for the Jags.
Eagles Vikings.
Vikings by 3.
I'm gonna say Eagles by 7.
I just have to root for Clint's team.
Patriots at the Titans.
Titans by 7.
I'm gonna go Patriots by 14.
Tom Brady's retired, bud. And plus, he's not even on them anymore. He's on the Buccaneers.
Sure he is. Panthers at the Jets.
Panthers by 10,000. Panthers by like 12.
Um, I'm going to say Panthers. Man, both these teams are kind of shitty though. I'll go by 3.
It's Panthers' year, bud. It's their year to win.
Oh God. Dolphins at the Browns.
Dolphins by 14.
I'll say Browns by 14.
Damn. I hope it's a tie.
Saints at the Bears.
Oof. You think the Bears can beat Drew Brees as Saints?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Bears by 3.
I'll go Bears by 7. So I
Oof.
do think that'll be a close one.
I hope Urlacher shows up.
Me too, honestly. He's probably still got it. Raiders at the Chiefs.
Chiefs win by 48.
Yeah, I'll say Chiefs by 14. Colts Chargers.
Colts take them by 7. Easy peasy.
Go Colts by 10. Giants Broncos.
Ooh, a giant horse. Broncos by 8.
Should be a kind of a blowout. I'll go Broncos by 14. Packers Cardinals.
Fucking Cardinals aren't winning shit. They're baseball. Packers though by 15.
Go Packers by 10. Commanders Cowboys.
Cowboys. Because Dak Prescott is gonna press on and win by 8.
I'm going Commanders by 10.
Did I say 8? I meant 80,000.
Okay, Falcons 49ers.
49ers by 49.
Go 49ers by 10.
I need to like hear which team you're picking before I make my silly numbers because otherwise I'm like, shit, that's just a point for you.
Buccaneers at the Lions.
I'm gonna go Bucks by,
I'm surprised.
I know, but I already know what's his name's gonna be. They're gonna be down like
Say his fucking
12.
name, Casey. Say it. You know his name. I talk about him every
I know.
week.
Joey Buccaneer.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that was close. That was my second guess. Um, but old Bakes is gonna be down by like 18 and then come back and win it by 3.
Okay, so Bucks by 3.
Yep.
I'll go Bucks by 7.
Okay.
And finally, we've got the Texans at the Seahawks.
My old boy JJ Watt versus the old Seahawks. We already know who's taking those Seahawks, and that's JJ Watt. Texans winning by 15.
Jeez, you were so confident. I'm saying Seahawks by 7.
You think the Seahawks are going to take it all this year?
No.
Because if they can beat this team, the Texans, they can beat anybody, if you ask me. JJ Watt's really good. He's like the best QB in the league.
Okay, well, the Texans, God, have they even won a game?
Yeah, there's been a couple because I made the joke. I make the joke every week that JJ Watt's going to win them a game, and they've won like two, I think.
What's this week? Their bye week.
JJ Watt's by?
Okay,
I had no idea.
they're 2-3.
Yeah,
So, okay. Well, anyway, what are the Seahawks? Where are you, Seahawks? 4-2. It's not bad,
yes, this is their year. If it wasn't for the Texans, because that's their year.
truly. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Two Worlds podcast. I'm Jake, and with me, as always, is the Hawkeye to my Mockingbird. It's Casey. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. What's up with you?
Well, just hanging out.
Just thinking about it. You should have been Hawkeye. I should have been Mockingbird because me and Mockingbird have the same last name.
Well, that's true. I was about to say, but I'm blonde. But then
That's,
again, I think they're both maybe blonde, so that
yeah.
doesn't really matter.
But hey, I look more like Jeremy Renner, and you're just a fucking babe. So guess it just
Well,
evens out.
yep, there we go.
I'm
All
more
right.
likely to be run over by a snowplow than you are.
That's true, and I'm more likely to die in the line of duty being a spy. So,
That's true too.
there we
You
go.
almost did that one time, but we're not allowed to talk about that.
Absolutely. I'm gonna have to edit that out.
Yep.
All right, we do have one comment. It's uh it's from Gerblaw, ol' Nick, and all right, he says, sorry for the long post, but for my Fantastic Four, I have, and this is in regards to Batman
Hmm.
moments. In Young Justice, after the Sins of the Youth arc, the adults were trying to decide what to do with the kids after it was over. So while they sorted it out, they just put Young Justice and Stars. Wait, what? They put Young Justice and
So,
Stars just
yeah,
over out of the way. Stars even making the comment that the most powerful teens in the world were collected together and none of them had super hearing. So Impulse takes Robin's binoculars and attempts to lip read what they are saying, claiming he read a book on it. After obviously getting what they were saying wrong and Tim translating, eventually Tim gets the binoculars back and says, okay, Batman is talking now. He's speaking very slowly. And when asked what Batman said, Tim replies, he said Robin put the binoculars down. To which Secret, the ghost girl who literally died and could pull people into limbo, says, that guy scares me. Okay, that is really funny.
yeah.
Two, in Batman Beyond, there was an episode where the second guy was trying to make, or the sound guy, sorry, was trying to make Bruce Wayne think he was going crazy by making it seem like he was hearing voices that weren't there. Eventually, they figured out what was going on, and Terry asks him, how did you know you weren't crazy? To which Bruce responds, because it kept calling me Bruce. That's not what I subconsciously call myself. So Terry asks, what do you call yourself? And Bruce just gives him the smirk.
That one is really good.
Yeah. Three comes from the Booster Gold series that Casey loaned me. If you haven't read it, you should. And also, this is spoilers. At one point, Booster is sent back in time to try and save Barbara Gordon from ending up in a wheelchair at the hands of the Joker. Without going too far into it, it doesn't work out. Jump way forward, a bunch of rough character development, repeatedly punches Booster in the dick, and he's not doing great. And he gets called to talk to Batman thinking he's going to be fired. He's all like, if you want to kick me out, cool. Honestly, I'm fine with it. And Batman just throws a file at him. Inside are pictures of Booster all beat up from the night Joker did what he did to Barbara. Booster asks where he got them, and Batman informs him that Joker had a camera on him that night and tells him, I know I'm not Ted Cord, but if you ever need to talk to someone, I'm here. And then four, in the Batman animated series, there's an episode where Harley Quinn psychiatrically is cleared to leave Arkham. When Batman finds out, he congratulates her and somewhat threateningly shakes her hand, but does seem happy for her. Then shenanigans ensue due to a misunderstanding with a dress. If you haven't seen this, then please do. In the end, when she ends up back in Arkham due to the misunderstanding, Harley asks him why he stuck his neck out for someone who only ever gave him trouble, to which he responds by giving her the dress that started the problem and saying, I had a bad day once. So there you go.
That
Thanks,
one's a really
Nick.
good one too. That one pops up in my dang YouTube algorithm constantly. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not complaining, but I'm just like, yeah, this is one of those ones. But you always get those knuckleheads who are like, see, this is what people don't get about Batman. It's like, no, people do. This is why it's on the TV show. Like, this is a very popular TV show. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's actually tons of people get about
Yeah,
Batman.
yeah. This is a good version of Batman. People get it. Like yeah.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Well, thanks, Nick. Appreciate you chiming in on that. Those are all really good examples.
hmm Did a little bit better than us, for being honest, because you and me kind of
Yeah,
struggled with, the
did
back end
way
of
better.
ours.
Did way better. So, all right, let's get into the news. I was pretty much on top of it with the New York Comic Con announcements this weekend, so a lot of you may have heard these already, but we're still excited and we're going to talk about it. So,
Yeah, before we hop into that, because I don't see this on yours, but the end of Peacemaker happened. And then James Gunn revealed that we're not getting a season 3 of Peacemaker. So,
which sucks. I have like 30 minutes left of that finale.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I get it. I guess you want to end it on a high. But I do like that show a lot, so it kind of sucks that we're
Well,
not getting more.
it sounds like, and this isn't like really a spoiler, but it sounds like he's gonna be using those characters in other settings. So it's not like Peacemaker is just gone forever and Vigilante's gone forever. It's not like that. They're still gonna be used in other shit.
I know you're probably not gonna watch that show ever, but dude, Vigilante would make you laugh your ass off. I
Yeah,
just know it. Like he's
yeah,
such a fucking psycho in that show, and I think you would get a kick out of it. But
yeah.
all right, now I will go down my list of stuff. So, A
All
Knight
right.
of the Seven Kingdoms is going to drop in January. That is the uh, Game of Thrones spin-off show. We got a couple of stills and a poster for that. So, um, I really, really, really loved that book. So I am very hyped for this series, and I'm interested to see how it stacks up to the book. So,
Is
and
is that the same one you were talking about where it's like one of the characters from the other one, like from the other one that you were talking, because you talked about it once, like, oh, they're making this, and it's I don't fucking know the characters' names, but he was actually like one that would be in the Game of Thrones show that was already on, and it's not like the and you like I read the book, I really liked it, or it's like the dude's related or some
so
shit.
Yeah, well, so it's like it happens way before the events of Game of Thrones, but
Yeah.
there's like names and stuff from families that definitely pop
Okay.
up in Game of Thrones. But um, this basically follows this really big dude who's a hedge knight, and he ends up getting a squire who turns out to be a Targaryen child, and just it's like three short stories based on three adventures that they have, and it's just really,
Okay.
really good stuff. So,
Nice.
And eventually that kid, his name's, they're all called Aegon, but he's one of the Aegon Targaryens who ends up becoming king, even though he's like fourth or fifth in line and shouldn't have gotten it. And then uh, the knight, whose name is Sir Duncan the Tall, becomes the head of his King's Guard, which is pretty cool later on
Now,
down the road.
the Targaryens are like the girl that's blonde and really pretty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I saw someone post a picture of like how she looks normally, and I'm like, oh, and because they're like, this has got to be the best because like no one recognizes her when she's normal, and I'm like, I saw a picture, I'm like, yeah, I get it. She's, like I wouldn't if I saw her, I'd be like, I don't know who the hell that is.
She's a gorgeous blonde. She's a gorgeous brunette.
She really is, but it's just like it. She looks like like if she was a superhero, is what based on what I'm saying. Like I would be like,
Oh yeah.
who's this? Who's this beautiful brown-haired woman now? Can't
Yeah.
be the same person.
For sure. All right. Um, this is a small thing, but I just thought I'd repeat or report on the numbers. But Deadpool Batman from a few weeks ago ended up selling 500,000 copies.
It's not bad.
Not
It's
bad
not
at all.
not a record, but it's a hell of an average.
It's not a record, but I'll say for a modern day comic, that is extremely high.
Yeah,
All
especially
right.
at like the fucking damn near five. Like it's $5, right, for that?
5 or 6, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
hmm Um, we are getting a new Black Label miniseries. It's called Gotham Sirens, and that'll be written by Teenie Howard and art by Babs Tarr. And it's described as a sexy romance driven adult Gotham narrative. So, um, I'm not the biggest Teenie Howard fan, but she is definitely known for writing lady characters and having like um, just strong female characters. So I think she's probably a good fit for the Gotham Sirens, and depending on the week, I might still check that out.
But I mean, I'll just be honest, calling it sexy romance really had me go like, oh, it's hard for me to get interested in that.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Now you were getting more into Teenie Howard though, weren't you? Like there was one book that you're like, I actually really like this, and it made you almost want to check out her Poison Ivy. Am I imagining that, or is that a thing?
You are imagining that because
Okay, never
she
mind
she
then.
doesn't write Poison Ivy. That's
Oh,
G.
okay.
Willow Wilson.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Teenie Howard is who took over Catwoman after Ram V, and
Oh, okay.
I was very much not a fan of that.
Yeah.
And I would say I'm not really a fan of hers in general, but spoiler alert, she wrote my favorite book this week. So
Oh,
maybe I
nice.
am a fan of Teenie Howard. All right, moving on. We're getting an Absolute Catwoman miniseries that's going to be written by Shea Grayson and Scott Snyder with art by Bengal, and that'll be in 2026. It's not really something I care about, but I know that she has popped up in the last two issues of Absolute Batman, and people are pretty hyped. So,
Yeah, people online are just absolutely eating up Absolute Batman, and like I'm not gonna lie, everything I see on that, I'm like, this looks like the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. But at least people like it.
the thing that I don't really understand, as someone not reading it anymore,
Hmm.
everything's supposed to be a fresh take, right? But everything so far seems to be pretty much the same.
Well,
So, Catwoman is still a thief. And I know they hook up in issue 13 because everybody online was talking about it. It's like, this could just be an issue of Batman.
well, they grew up friends. That's the difference.
I know.
Just and then like I don't know, like I like Scott Snyder, but his I don't like a lot of the things where he's like, I'm coming up with this fresh new take for this thing, and it's like. yeah, he was friends with Killer Croc, and now Killer Croc got transformed by Bane, and like Two-Face, he gets half of his face destroyed by Bane, and it's like I was like, this sounds so fucking stupid. Kind of
Yeah.
like how he did Mr. Freeze, and like it was so bad that they were like, oh, well, let's go back to the animated series version because this is shit. Come
Hmm.
on.
All right. I mean, a lot of this is just going to be comic announcements. The
Yeah,
next one, we're getting a Jar Jar Binks one shot written by Ahmed Best, who was the actor of Jar Jar Binks. It's going to explore how Jar Jar feels after he voted to give Palpatine like emergency powers or whatever. So, and the
nice.
consequences of that. So it's like if you're really like a hardcore Star Wars fan, that's probably something cool that you're interested in. But
Look at you, Preston.
yeah. Oh,
I'm not gonna
Preston's
lie.
totally getting it.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, if it wasn't gonna be like a $5 book, if it was like, if you're like, Casey, this is $1, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I want to know what happens with this. This is too funny.
What if it
But
were 2.99?
2.99, if depending on the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm at the same time like this is funny. Like it's a genuinely like it should be unless he like gets really dark and gritty with it. Like if he's like exercising his demons of like how people treated him after he was Jar Jar. I'm like, okay, buddy, calm down. But if it's if it's like that one story that I told you about because that I read about online with Jar Jar's dad just wanting to kill himself because his son's Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, 2.99, that'd be fun. But but I have a feeling it's gonna be like $4 or five,
Yeah.
or they might do like the Jar Jar Binks because it's the fucking, I don't know, 15 years, 20 years since Jar Jar Binks first showed up. So like, oh, it's an oversized $20 issue.
I have no doubt it will be 4.99.
Yeah,
No doubt. Okay. Um, so Joshua Williamson is jumping over to Marvel
I
and he
saw
is going
this.
to relaunch Iron Man. Uh, I don't really care. I'm jokingly saying this. It's like, damn, he's going to Marvel. Wish he'd stay in DC. But that's okay because I've got another announcement regarding him here very shortly. But I imagine that's probably something you'll check out. You
Yeah,
usually check out Iron Man
I'll give Iron Man a
for some
good
reason.
I'll give Iron Man a good check out, and Joshua Williamson, like he's kind of got to the point where it's like odds are I'll give it a go unless it's someone I really don't like. But
Hmm.
I enjoy Iron Man. Would you check it out if it's a light week?
No,
No? Okay.
just don't care.
Yeah.
If it comes out and it's just like the best thing you have ever read, and you're like, Jake, you have to read this, then I will. But
Yeah.
otherwise, probably not.
First, I mean, I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm gonna put a guarantee Charles Barkley style on it. First issue won't be.
Hmm.
I bet by
Yeah,
like the fourth or fifth issue, I'll be like, dude, this is actually really good. You need to you need to go back for those first five issues and then get caught up. And you're like, how?
right. Yeah, I know. Speaking of Marvel, um, this is so stupid. They announced a new Moon Knight series, Casey. Any
Nice.
guesses who the creative team is?
Same as it is now.
Same as it is now. This will make it the fourth series that Jed McKay has written.
Damn. I thought it was like the
And
third.
it's like, yeah, I get it. It's Marvel. They milk their number ones. But anybody that is reading Moon Knight does not give a shit. This could be issue number 47. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just
Moon Knight
like,
Moon Knight just seems to be a cult character. You're not gonna be juicing his numbers with a number one, really. I don't think. But
no.
you know, like it's just gonna be steady because the same cult is gonna be getting it each time.
I mean, this makes it like his eighth or ninth series as a
Yeah.
character, and it's like we don't need that.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking about this today because I know complete a lot of comics. Which we need to talk about your con that you went to. We forgot we
Oh
bypassed
yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah, we
But
should.
we'll talk about that after we talk about the news. But with Moon Knight, do you have the complete series? Like all of them? Because I know you have a lot of the early stuff in his first appearance.
I have his first appearance. I actually don't. I actually parted ways with a lot of my Moon Knight,
Oh,
except for covers that I really liked, just because I have a lot of it in trade,
I
and
gotcha.
uh, and it was at a time where Moon Knight books were pretty hot, and I was like, I'd rather just make the money on the single issues and read the collected editions. So,
Yeah,
but my favorite covers I've kept, um, and he has a lot of cool covers,
yeah.
unfortunately. So.
Did the first appearance, would you ever want to get that sent off graded, or do you not care?
Probably not because I don't think it's in good enough shape to do that.
I gotcha.
It's it's probably like a two or a three.
Yeah,
And I've had a nicer version come in that I felt guilty if I'd have kept it, so I sold it.
I gotcha.
Um, all right, and then we're getting a new Godzilla comic from Marvel. It's called Godzilla Infinity Roar by Jerry Dugan, and I forget his first name. His last name is Garon, but I figure that'll probably be pretty cool. You know, Jerry Dugan's a good writer, so.
Yeah, and he's like he seems to be their go-to for the Godzilla stuff, which it's like, yeah,
Oh,
like
is he doing Destroys the?
I'm almost positive he is, yeah. And I think he did one. I think he might have done the Hulk one or one of the those things. And it's like I'm kind of torn because it's like if I am correct, which I'm like 90% sure I am. It's like it'd be nice to get someone else to do it, but at the same time, it's like I know what he brings and I know it's good. So I'm like
Hmm.
it'd be like something if they brought in someone else like my first thought was Tamaki, and I'm like, if they brought Tamaki in to do this, it'd be like, oh Lord, no. But
There's this new character, and she's a girl, and she has lots of trauma.
and Godzilla's her dad, and she's
Right.
really just working through it all with him.
Yep. All right. Um, let's talk about some crossovers. First one is a crossover between DC and Boom, and it's called Swamp Thing is Killing the Children.
Hmm.
So obviously, something is killing the children and Swamp Thing crossover. Well, I'm not reading either of those, but I think it's really cool that they're going to do this.
Yeah.
So, and James Tynion is kind of killing it here lately, so I'm sure that whatever he's got cooking up for that is going to be good.
Lately, you mean like the past 10 years?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Um, okay, and then did you see all the stuff about DCKO?
I
Okay,
did.
so let's talk about that. Uh, there are some characters you're not expecting that are going to appear in DCKO, including Homelander, Sub-Zero, Vampirella, Red Sonja, and I think her name is Sam from Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
I really want to
Uh,
read that book. Just the cover, I'm like, this looks like crazy fun. Not
yeah,
really fun, but it looks like something I'd be up my alley anyway.
yeah. Oh, and then what's that doll's name from the horror
Oh,
film?
Annabelle.
Annabelle. Yeah, her too. So yeah, pretty cool. It's just like after reading the first issue, I'm like, fuck it, why not? This is so
Yeah.
dumb and fun. Like, let's see what
My
happens.
my one thing that I don't like about it is I don't like Homelander. And if he gives Superman like a hard fight, I'll be disappointed. Because like to
Hmm.
me, Superman should just wipe the floor with them because Homelander wouldn't know how to fight someone that's actually his level or above
Sure.
it. You know what I mean? So like,
Yep.
that's my only real like this is annoying type thing because like I don't like Homelander.
Hmm. Well, I don't think you're supposed to.
I know. Well, like a lot of people on tell that to a lot of people online because
Right. No, I get it. I get it. Um, okay, let's talk about some Vertigo news. Vertigo announced 9 titles at New York Comic Con. I'll do a rapid fire of some of these. There are three of them for sure that I will be reading. First one is called Bleeding Heart. It's by Dennis Camp and Stepan Morian. But a zombie named Poke discovers his heart beating again, threatening his place in a society where death reigns supreme. Next, we've got End of Life by Kyle Starks and Steve Pugh. A top tier hitman returns to his Midwestern hometown to care for his dying father and confront his own mortality.
That could be fun.
I think so. Kyle Starks is pretty good.
Don't know if I know him off the top of my head.
I'm pretty sure he did. What was the name of that book? Crazy. He did I think you read it. The Six Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton.
Oh yeah, okay.
He
I don't
also
think I
did he
don't think
did
I
this
finished
book
that.
called Sex Castle, which was just like a an obvious riff on like uh God damn it. Something in Little China. Come on, help
Big
me
Trouble in
out.
Little China.
Yes, Big Trouble in Little China. Thank you.
That's
That's
one
the
of
only
my
one I
that's
got.
like that's one of my family's favorite movies. I mean, by
Yeah.
family I mean me, Nick, and Dad, and probably Liz, not Mom for sure. But
Yeah, he's definitely known for like action humor stuff. So
uh,
the fact that he's taken on like a heavy idea I think sounds interesting.
yeah,
Okay, then we've got The Peril of the Brutal Dark, um, by Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips. It's a noir detective tale that collides with magic, fascism, and a stolen artifact of unimaginable power. I think that sounds super cool, and I'm gonna check
yeah.
that out.
Sounds pulpy more than noir, but
Hmm.
still gonna check it out.
And we've got uh, 100 Bullets, The U.S. of Anger by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risso. Lono returns to America and reignites chaos, taking the nation's darkest impulses to their violent extremes. I've never read 100 Bullets, but I think a lot of people are pretty stoked for that.
Yeah, Nick's talked about it before. He's read I think the first collection of it, and he liked it.
Nice.
It's a neat. It sounded like he was explaining to me. I'm like, it's a neat concept, but then like it sounds like the world gets a lot crazier than just that main concept.
Hmm. Another one that I'll be reading, it's called The Black Tower, The Raven Conspiracy. It's by Ram V and Mike Perkins. Wizard spies in the UK navigate a global Cold War over sorcery, revealing a hidden world of occult power. Sounds
Yeah,
fucking cool.
sounds in your alley.
Yeah. Then we've got Necretaceous by Tom Taylor and Derek Robertson. Scientists attempt to time travel to stop a zombie virus only to land 66 million years in the past among dinosaurs. Could be fun.
Yeah.
Fanatic by Grace Ellis and Hannah Templer. A woman's obsession with a comic book spirals into a deadly parasocial fixation on its creator. The Crying Doll by Mariko Tamaki and Rosemary Valero O'Connell. It's a Jekyll and Hyde thriller about just how far a young woman would go to protect her best friend, who may or may not be a killer. And then finally, A Walking Shadow by Simon Spurrier and Aaron Campbell. Eight strangers wake up chained to a boat in the woods. No memory, no escape, no explanation. So
That could
there you
be
go.
neat too.
Yeah.
And the Tamaki one could be neat, but she's just kind of burned me too many times for me to get too excited.
I think overall, though, there's a lot there to be excited about. And I
Yep.
really, really hope that people give Vertigo, another shot here.
Yeah. I think they will. How do you like that's one of those ones too. If you have a comic book shop that you go to that you should really tell the owner what you're interested in beforehand because that's got to be hard as hell to
Yeah,
try to figure out what to pre-order and all that shit.
definitely will be. Once it's closer to time, because like I have a sheet out with all of the covers for Batman and Deadpool on it so that people can tell me what variants they want before the cutoff. So I'll do the same for that when it comes out. Because
That's a
some
good
people
idea.
just may not know what's coming.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I never knew that shit whenever I was going to Acme back in the
Hmm.
day. So
All right. We've got a lot of X-Men stuff announced for post uh, Age of Revelation or whatever it's called. So we've got Inglorious X-Force. It's a new ongoing X-Force series by Tim Seeley and Michael St. Maria. And that team consists of Cable is the leader, along with Helverine, Archangel, and Boom Boom. We've got Rogue. It's a five-issue limited series by Erica Schultz and Luigi Zagaria. Magic and Colossus. That's going to be a five-issue series by Ashley Allen and Jermon Peralta. Wade Wilson Deadpool by Benjamin Percy and Jeff Shaw. Feel like Percy's probably a good pick for that book.
yeah, it's just like, do I want to read a? Because I love Benjamin Percy, but I'm like, do I want to read a fucking Deadpool book?
I mean, I don't, but it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, there's been some creators in the past 10 years where I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't know about that writer, but this
yeah,
one I think it makes sense.
yeah. I'm just like, I just enjoy. I've enjoyed everything he's written, but I'm like, I just don't know if I want to read Deadpool.
Yeah. Then we got Cyclops. It's a limited series written by Alex Packnadell with art by Rogue Antonio. And let's see here. Generation X-23 by Jody Hauser and Jacopo Camagni. And that's a Laura Kinney and Gabby team up book. Wolverine by Ahmed is coming back at number 14. They're actually not renumbering it.
Noise.
And then finally, we've got Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant. That's an ongoing series by Murawa Ayadele with art by Frederica Manson. So sorry about that. Um, and then both X-Men and Uncanny are coming back, still written by Jed MacKay and Gail Simone. But Jed MacKay, the art duties are going to Tony Daniel, which will be
Oh,
pretty good.
wonder how many issues he'll do before he gets his, gets a break and that type of thing.
Yeah, same here.
Because when
But
when he when they're allowed and when they're allowing him that break, it's real freaking good. It's when
mhm.
like the only time it's like it gets rough is when they're like, no, no, keep working, Tony. Like they're like cracking the whips on him.
Well, even if they have Stegman come back for the fillers, it's like I'm
Hmm.
down for that. And I'll pick
Yeah,
it back up because I still really like X-Men.
yeah.
So so yeah, that's it for the X-Men news. And then the last bit is the DC number ones that were announced. Have you seen any of these yet?
I don't think so.
All right. We don't know all of who's doing what yet, but I know that Williamson is doing the Legion of Superheroes, which is pretty cool. Um, so the titles are Batwoman, Zatanna, Deathstroke, Lobo, Firestorm, the Demon, Barbara Gordon Breakout, and Shadow of the Bat. I hope the demon gets a good writer because I am all for that book.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
most of them I'm very interested in, you know.
the only ones that for sure have creators tied to them is Lobo. That'll be written by Scotty Young with art by Jorge Corona, which I think is going to be killer,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm pretty I when he first said Lobo, I'm like, yeah, I'll probably check it out because I read all of Crush and Lobo. Of course I'm gonna check it out. And so, man, Tamaki's just getting, you know, cheap
Just catching
shots.
strays. Yep.
Yeah. Some of them are not even straight. Some are like directly right at her. But but so it's like of course, but then after you said that team, I'm like, okay, this will be awesome.
Yeah, I loved Jorge Corona on Batgirls, but then those two specifically teamed up for that cool Western comic that I read that I
Oh
really
yeah.
liked. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. And then Greg Rucka with art by Danny on Batwoman, which I think Greg Rucka's written her before. Um, the other creators that were mentioned were Dennis Camp, Tamaki, James Herron, who I think did that one book you read, Ultra Mega,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Jeff Lemire, Tony Fleeks, and Jamal Campbell. So it's like Jamal probably doing more Zatanna, if I had to guess.
With Tamaki.
No way. So yeah, we'll see. But big names,
Yeah.
and some of that sounds really cool. So all of that is going to be beginning in March. So we'll see.
Should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which, because I don't remember all the, I'm already blanking on all of them, but you said like the Demon. I checked that out. Lobo. What were some of the other ones? Well, Batwoman, I didn't have any interest in because like I'm just, the Barbara Gordon one. I'm also like that sounds weird, but that's really depending on who they get. But it sounds like it's going to be Tamaki. So
Yeah, you're
if it
probably right.
is, I'm not going to.
hmm We
Been
got
burned too many
Shadow of the
times.
Bat.
That
So that,
one, I have a feeling it's gonna be like just oh yeah, this writer's on it this week type of thing. So maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't be. But that
yeah.
one's, $5 book, probably not.
Firestorm.
That one I'm interested in. Depends on how it's doing because like I don't even know which Firestorm we have now.
Yeah. Well, who knows? They could go with any of them at this point. It's been
Yeah.
so long. And then Deathstroke.
Oh, and Deathstroke's one I would check out too. Unless,
Yeah.
ooh, that one could be Tamaki. That would be really bad too.
True,
I could see that, and I could see it being
but
rough.
maybe it'll be James Herron because
Yeah.
that could be pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'm calling it now. Lemire's gonna be doing the demon. That just seems like a Lemire book.
Yeah, which I will happily read.
Yeah. I mean, you'll be happy about it until you get like, a couple issues in and you'll be pissed like you were about JSA.
I have a lot less time into
Yeah.
the demon, so
It's really like to me, and it's not even like I'm not even that big of a Etrigan fan, but it's like he has to rhyme. Like Alan Moore kind of ruined that. Like everyone afterwards has to make him rhyme. Otherwise,
hmm
it's just not as much fun.
yep. I definitely like a rhyming demon a lot more. Most people do it.
Yeah.
There's just a few that don't.
I remember the guy at the Acme was bitching when New 52 came out and the Demon Knights was thing. He's like, I'm getting tired of it. He hasn't. I'm not gonna drop it because he hasn't even rhymed.
Well, that's one of the few times where he doesn't and it works,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Well, because I remember like one of the few things I remember from that book. It was they had said something, and then Vandal Savage, who was like the brute of the team, smashed through, and he said something like, "Ha, I got the rhyme that time," or something, something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, that was fun.
Yeah. So overall, some really solid announcements out of New York.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna do Casey's job real quick. Let us know down below which one are you most excited for.
Yeah. Maybe it's, I don't know.
Maybe it's Williamson's Legion.
Yeah. I mean, that's one I'm not excited about. Like I just mentioned
I'm gonna
before.
check it out.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, yeah, I'll read about most things him, but Legion is like Inhumans level of I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's I'll give it like 3 issues, but
Yeah,
if I know Williamson, he's probably gonna make me care. So
yeah.
okay, and then GalaxyCon real quick. So GalaxyCon came to St. Louis this weekend. I
Go
got to
take my
go
drink
with
of water.
I know I'm fucking parched. Went with my buddy Drew. Um, we had a good time. So I think I'm gonna say I liked the show. However, C2E2 has ruined most cons for me because that show's so good. The show is pretty small. Um, I thought for having like a lot of shows nationwide this year that it was going to be a little bit bigger than it was. Um, they just had like a quarter of the space was for tabletop gaming, yet they canceled the D&D people. Like they hired like they were gonna hire a specific group to come in and run a bunch of D&D games for people, and they canceled that. So it's just like this huge space that was not being used.
Yeah.
Um,
You should have been
but
like, okay, I'll do it for half of what they were gonna do it.
fuck no, dude. Fuck no.
Dude, they were getting paid $1 million. So you wouldn't do it for $500,000.
Are they all gonna play like you?
I mean, they'd be short games because they'd be fucking idiots.
That's true. It'd be very quick games. Um, but like half of the show was like celebrity stuff. So if you're into that, then I'm sure the show is for you. They had some wrestlers. They had Mick Foley. I'm trying to remember because I know you like wrestling. They had some guy who wore a chainmail thing and he was like Big Papa Pump or something
Yeah,
like
Big
that.
Papa Pump Scott Steiner. Dude,
Okay.
after we get off here, because this is like, this transcends like being a wrestling fan. If you're listening to this now and you want to like Big Papa Pump math promo, that's probably all you gotta type in. He cuts this promo on Samoa Joe and I think Kurt Angle. It's about a triple threat match, and he talks about the percentages of him winning the match. It's so fucking funny. Because he's like, you got a 33 and point 0.3, but you're fighting a genetic freak like me, and that cuts your chances. And, like all this stuff. It's so stupid, and it's so funny.
And I'm trying, there was one other guy, but it was just like a guy's name, and now I can't think of what it was.
Yeah.
But Mick Foley did the puppet, the sock puppet,
Oh,
right?
nice. Yeah.
Okay. That's I was like, he looks like the guy that used to do what was his
Yeah.
Sacco or something like
Yeah.
that?
Mr. Sacco, and he had, well, because, so Mick Foley was Mankind, if you remember Mankind, Cactus
I,
Jack and Dude Love, and then he just became Mick Foley after, yeah, I mean,
Mankind, I think, is when I would have
yeah.
known what was happening.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, anyway, they had a lot of guests and a lot of pretty cool guests, honestly, but the only one that had me tempted was John Rhys Davies, who played Gimli. But
I'm surprised he didn't do that one.
yeah, it's just it's so expensive now,
Yeah.
man. It's so
Yeah.
pricey.
That's the
But
nice part about the tokusatsu ones. It's like $50 and you get an autograph and a picture, and you're like, deal.
dude, I know that's a fucking steal. Um, yeah, there was like two comic vendors in the whole place,
Oh, that sucks.
which it does suck, but it's like I told you off air, I was able to get 7 issues of 90s Thor that I was missing, and I did look it up. They were Ron Mars and a couple Roy Thomas issues.
Nice.
So there was one you would recognize the covers because it there was like a special border around this, and I think it was a crossover with Silver Surfer called Blood and Thunder. Um,
Dude, speaking of Ron Mars, this is just really funny.
mhm.
On Twitter, do you follow him on Twitter perchance? Okay,
No.
so he tweeted something about this like new Hal Jordan figure of him with it's of hit like the cover that he was working on where it's like him with the rings, you know? And he
Hmm.
tweeted something about that. So people then started explaining to Ron Mars parallax because they didn't know who Ron Mars was. And so they were like, "Oh yeah, this is he's setting up the parallax stuff. You should really read Emerald Twilight." And like all this stuff. I'm like, this is and he was having a fucking kick with it too because he was just egging it on. It was pretty damn funny.
That's amazing. How do you not click the profile and just see
Right?
what's up, you know? But yes, the whole reason I went was to meet JM DeMatteis. But they had like Christopher Priest was there,
Oh, nice.
Kevin McGuire, Ben Templesmith was there, Jason Aaron. Um, there was like 12 featured comic guests, and a lot of them were pretty cool. It's just like most of them I've already met at this
Yeah.
point, right? So, uh, but JM was there, and I walked up. Like he wasn't there right when it opened because we got in and I went by. I didn't see a sign or anything. So we did a lap or two and came back and I finally saw him because I just know what he looks like. But he still didn't have a sign or anything. And so I walk up to the table as he's like talking to a staff member. And what I was gathering from the conversation from eavesdropping was that they didn't make a sign for him and they had it there for the other people. So he's just at a plain ass white folding table, no
Jeez.
sign. Nobody would know who he is if they didn't know what he looked like.
Yeah.
And so he was like upset. He wasn't like making a scene, and he was like telling the staff member, he's like, I'm not angry at you. Like, I want you to know that, but like, this is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it totally is. You're a featured guest. Um, so I he was done talking and like he turned to address me and I was like, if you're not set up yet or anything, I'm not trying to rush you. I can come back if I need to. And he was like, I'm not set up yet, but come on over. Let's get this thing started. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I was like, I was trying to improve his mood a little bit or, turn the day around. I was like, just so you know, you're the only reason I came to this con. I really wanted to meet you. And he was very nice and he was like, oh, it's so nice to hear. Thank you. So had him sign some stuff. I now have uh, JLI #1 signed by him, Keith Giffen, and Kevin McGuire, which is very awesome.
That is awesome.
Um, and then I also had him sign Mr. Miracle and what else did I take? Oh, 2 issues of Dr. Fate and something else. But anyway, it was very cool. He was a nice guy. I asked him who his favorite JLI member was to write. He said it was Booster and Beetle. And yeah, I told him that reading JLI was like the first time that I read a comic book and realized, oh, you can be funny and still write about serious stuff, which I
Hmm.
think is really important. And so anyway, I got to let him know that, which he appreciated and stuff. It was a good conversation, and he was very very nice. And I got a picture with him, and he's like, yeah, I'll take a picture, but if you mind, I want you to stay on that side of the table. It's just a rule I have since like COVID. He's like, and I'm old, I don't want to get sick. I'm like, yeah, no, it's totally fine. Uh, Unfortunately, the picture's terrible, but what can you do?
That
So, but anyway, that was a cool experience.
is awesome though.
Had a good time. I hope that a lot of people went and had a good time and that maybe next year the show can be a little bit bigger.
Yeah. They'll be like, well, less tabletop games where we don't have anything going on and more stuff that people actually care about.
Mhm. Yeah. But anyway, that is the news. Now we can do comic reviews.
One of us can do comic reviews. the my email that I get was like, yeah, you're gonna get this stuff on Saturday. I didn't get any mail on Saturday, and that was also supposed to be when I get my comics in. So,
Pretty
you know,
cool.
yeah,
All right. Well, I read Batman Dark Patterns 11, Batman and Robin 26, Batman The Last Halloween 9, Marion Heretic number 1, The Sacrificers number 16, DCKO number 1, Amazing X-Men number 1, and The Punisher number 1. We would have had a lot of Michis this week.
yeah. Wait, you read? Oh, because you probably sold out of Punisher #1 last time when it was new. Because Punisher 2 came out this week.
No, this is this one, the Jimmy Palmiotti one.
Oh, okay. My
Yeah.
bad. I don't think I got that one. I don't
I thought you
remember.
did.
Maybe I did. Maybe I got confused.
Yeah, because the number two one that's coming out this week is what you're thinking of, and
Oh, okay.
that's the red band one.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, The Punisher number one by Jimmy Palmiotti and Dan Panosian. It's pretty good. It's apparently a tie-in to The World to Come, and I don't know what's going on in that book. So you kind of just have to assume a couple of things while you're reading this, but art's cool. I like how Jimmy writes The Punisher, and it's dealing with a new synthetic drug, and Punisher is trying to put a stop to it. So pretty cool. I will most likely keep reading it unless the next time it comes out, it's just like a stacked week or something. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Amazing X-Men number one by Jed McKay and Mohammed Asrar. It's pretty cool. I probably should have read the Age of Revelation zero issue, but I mostly got what was going on by the little blurb in the front of the book. But it was very cool. The team's neat, and at the end, they take like a teleport and end up in the wrong spot, and where they end up is where Magic is, except Darkchild is totally taken over and she's there with Psylocke and like a demon version of Juggernaut, and she's kind of claimed the area that she's at as her new limbo, and makes it very clear that like she's the bad guy of this little mini series. So it was pretty cool. I liked it. Glob was heavily involved in this, and I like Glob, and he was pretty fun.
That's
So
so. Who's Glob?
he's you'll know him as soon as you see him. This guy.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. My brain was thinking. I knew it. What he's not Glob, but was I think his name's like, fuck. It's the Michael Allred created
Hmm.
character, like the little green guy.
Oh yeah,
It's it's not Glob, but it's another like
it's
one
like Zoop
syllable.
or something like that, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that
Um,
your cat nearly popped in for a little bit. Like right, he was right by
yeah,
your side. Now he's back behind you.
yeah, it's the witching hour for
Yeah.
him. But yeah, I will give that one probably another 7.5. It was definitely a solid start for like a three-issue series. The Sacrificers by Rick Remender and Max Fiamara. Um, it was pretty fucking rad. It's Pigeon versus the Sun God for pretty much the entire thing. And they make you think that maybe he dies, and maybe he does. I don't know, because it's a Rick Remender book, and we'll see what happens next issue. But it seems like the Sun God's daughter is maybe going to take his place and reimagine the world. So we'll see what happens there. But it was awesome. Gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Why? What is the point?
She's perched. Or he's perched, not she. Just used
Yeah.
all cats being girls.
What are you doing? Ugh. Anyway, go back over here. His claws felt really good in my shoulders just then. DCKO #1 by Scott Snyder and Javi Fernandez. I had a lot of fun with this book. I don't want to say too much about it because I'm sure a lot of people haven't read it yet, and I know Casey's going to read it, but I like the concept a lot, and that's really all I'm going to say about it. I just want to know what you think of it when you read it,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm looking
But
forward to it.
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. The Last Halloween 9 by Jeff Loeb and Chris Samney. It's pretty cool. There's a twist in the end that I'm not going to discuss that I did not see coming, and I don't know how I feel about it. So, again, we'll talk about it after you read it.
All right.
But it's definitely a solid like 8.5. Batman and Robin 26 by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Fico Ossio. We find out some more about the Quiet Man uh, and who he is trying to kill and why he's trying to kill them. But uh, we get a lot of good moments between Batman and Robin, and then there's a lot with Penguin and Two-Face in it too, which is pretty cool. And art is like stellar, really, really good stuff. So it's another 9 out of 10 for me. Dark Patterns 11. By the way, I sent you 10 and 11 on me because I was like, he read 9 issues and there's only one more after this. He needs to read the
Well,
whole fucking series.
you're a sweet boy, but I'm like, I mean, I know it's all gonna I get supposed to all kind of connect towards the end. That's what I've heard. So, but I'm like, well, they're all like the first two arcs are, their own thing. So I mean, it wasn't that important to me that I had to read the last ones, but I appreciate it and I'm
Well,
excited.
it's good. So you're just gonna have to read it. But yeah, it's by Dan Waters and Hayden Sherman. I like it a lot. There's a pretty cool Alfred moment in it that I like, and artistically, it's just really fucking cool. Uh, this child of fire is trying to recreate a famous fire. So as like Batman is going through the town to get to the spot he thinks it's going to happen, uh, you see what Gotham would look like back then in like a pink hue. And then he's swinging through and you see what it looks like currently. And he does that for several pages. And it's just a really cool, like, panel transition. Um, yeah. And the bad guy's a psycho. And I just think it's really cool. It's another 9 out of 10.
Pick of the week.
No,
Ooh.
my pick of the week is Marion Heretic #1 by Teenie Howard and Joe Jarrow. Um, God, dude, the art in this book is just so fucking killer.
That is nice.
It's like I'm reading an anime, which I realize is
Yeah.
called a manga, but it's not the same because it's stylized different. But basically, it follows this like nun who her and her convent worship Mary instead of like God and Jesus. And like the cardinal is really shitty to her and knows that she's a heretic. However, I wish my cats would shut the fuck up.
Was it Mark McGuire that was shitty to her, or was it a different cardinal?
No, like a Catholic cardinal.
Oh, okay.
Um, However, this nun is tasked with killing witches, like hunting witches. So it's just very like Castlevania-like, which, as
Hmm.
you know, I'm a little slut for that kind of thing. And she tracks down this witch, and this witch makes her believe that maybe she shouldn't be fighting for the church, but should be fighting for the witches. And it's just cool. It's really fucking cool. I liked everything about it. It's what I want to read in a comic book. So It's a 10 out of 10. Also, I got the Jenny Friesen variant cover.
Oh, nice.
It's just very good stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah, 10 out of 10, pick of the week. Can't wait for the rest of it.
Nice, man.
And that's what I read.
Right on. What are you excited about for this week? I'm gonna pull up the email.
I don't have access to the email, so I will defer to you.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Um, I don't even remember what dog's coming out, so we'll find out here in a couple seconds as I pull this up. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna say Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. Been enjoying that. Incredible Hulk, that's on both of ours. You probably want Justice League Red. That's
Mhm.
one you've been reading and enjoying. Um, New Gods, that'd be on your
Oh,
list.
yeah, for sure.
Return to Skull Island, neither of our lists. Um, let's see. We're trying to just trying to find another one for both of us probably. This is like you like Ghost Pepper, don't you?
I do. That would also be
Yeah,
on the list.
yeah. G.I. Joe for me. There's not a lot that I think we'd be overly excited about, but there's enough that's gonna be like, oh, this will be pretty solid.
New Gods and Ghost Pepper for sure.
Yeah. So next up, Fantastic Four time. Go with your favorite Wonder Woman moments. Can be weird ones or fun ones, or anything in between, from any type of media.
Okay. Um, Gosh, I wish I could think of one specific moment that stands out from Mazzarello's run because that's like the best stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I'm
It's so
having
funny. That's like
trouble.
such a we're very much in the minority of Wonder Woman fans that like that. I kind of blame because we didn't read much Wonder Woman before that. But
Well, people that don't like that are just wrong. I'm sorry. Um, I guess, well, never mind. That's not about Wonder Woman as a character. I did really like uh that run before Tom King took over. She had that moment where she was going through points in time and she got to like Norse mythology land
yeah.
and she had some pretty funny moments with Vikings uh and just like them thinking her a shield maiden and stuff because of how much ass she kicked. Um Boy, I should really like think about it before answering
In all
day of,
fairness,
you
I
know?
didn't write this one out until we were already recording. So,
Ooh, how about where uh Steve Trevor gets put into the body of some random man and then she sleeps with that person.
hell yeah.
Just kidding. That's terrible. Yeah, what about you, man? You have anything?
In Brian Azzarello's run, there was this one part that I'm like, because I was trying to think of like a really good spot for that. I haven't read that in forever, but I remember this.
Same.
Her and uh oh, Orion are talking, which by the way, Orion's design, super clean in that book.
Hmm.
Super good. But they're like talking, and she kind of like it kind of like seems like she's getting a little flirty and they're getting close and she just fucking knees him in the balls because like he was being an asshole, which Orion is known to do. And I'm like, that's pretty great. And then I'll say, and I'm trying to think of like, because I love the first Wonder Woman movie. I think it's a great movie. And this scene, kind of dumb, but also like it's pretty dope too. Actually, this scene's dumb, and I do think it's kind of dope, but it's also just too dumb to put on there. But I'm going to talk about it anyway. When they're doing the trench warfare, and then she does like a model runway walk, and she's deflecting bullets. I'm like, that's dumb because the slow-mo, but the scene where she just fucking takes over a village on her own, dope as hell.
Yeah, you're right. That was very
And she like
good.
throws a tank through. Oh, it was like the bell tower, awesome.
Hmm.
And then so in Darwin Cook's New Frontier. This is one of those things where like Wonder Woman fans probably don't like this because a lot of them think she needs to be more hopeful and a little bit nicer.
Fuck
Um,
that.
Well, there's a part when like she saves a bunch of Vietnam women. I think it was Vietnam. They were like caged by the men, and they had were assaulting them and stuff. And she's like, Superman gets in her face about it. He's like, "You, how dare you let?" She's like, "I didn't do anything. I just let them out, and I gave them means to protect themselves." And and she's just partying with these ladies now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then the last one, this is more of a Steve Trevor moment, but it's also really funny. It was in that animated Wonder Woman movie that DC came out with like years
Oh
ago.
yeah.
And there's a part where they have the lasso of truth on Steve Trevor, and he basically says Wonder Woman's hot, and they're like, "How dare you?"
Um, there was a part from Rucka's run where she has to fight Medusa, but she just like blinds herself before the fight, and it's just cool, you know?
Yeah, that is pretty
She's like,
cool.
fuck it, I can take
Yeah,
Medusa without seeing. Um, Also, I was thinking through the Azarella's stuff, and there's one part where it's like a young Diana, but she raises her sword to Hades to because she wants him to like spare the life of this Minotaur. Very small moment, but it's stuff like that about her that I like. And they do that in Absolute Wonder Woman too when she's a kid. Um, like a couple issues ago, it was a flashback scene and this big giant wolf that's like killing everything finds her out there and he's like, maybe I want to kill you. And she's like, that's okay if you want to, but I'm not going to fight you back. Like most animals are just scared and attack because they're scared, but I'm not going to make you scared of me or something like that. And I don't know. That's what I like about Wonder Woman.
nice.
Yeah.
Next week, so we can just have it. And I'm gonna go Marvel, and we'll go Spider-Man. We'll do the Marvel Trinity, which I don't care what anyone says. That's Spider-Man, Hulk, and Wolverine. Screw the MCU.
Sounds good. All right. That's the end of the episode,
Yeah.
folks.
Let us know some of your favorite Wonder Woman moments, what books you're excited about, what new books you're excited about, what con you went to this weekend. Maybe you went to a con and you want to talk about it. Just whatever. Tell us. Talk to us. We're lonely. We're tired of talking to each other.
All right, guys. Well, we'd love to stay in chat, but we have to go kick some ass and spank some ass. And we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Two Worlds Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Two Worlds Pod, on Twitter at two_worlds_PC, and on Facebook at facebook.com/Two Worlds Podcast. You can email us with any questions or comments at twoworldspodcast@gmail.com. And if you would, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Two Worlds Podcast on YouTube.